Hey everyone, just want to share a quick little insight from my study General Conference. I was listening to the October 1930 General Conference, and the presiding bishop, David A. Smith, was talking, and he was talking about the past and then the future. And it was pretty common for this session of conference because it was kind of commemorating the first 100 years of the church and then projecting out to the next 100 years. But Bishop Smith took a different perspective on it. He talked about the fact that too many people want to live in the past, and that we are not called to do that. We are called to live in the present, and that we are to build upon the past. And he talks about the people who want to live in the past come in two different types. You have the type of person who wants to live in past righteousness to excuse current disobedience. He talks about it like retiring or taking a vacation from the church. And he made a joke that somebody once said that this man had been so faithful in his tithing that his children and his grandchildren were still riding the effects of that. He goes, that's not how it works. Past obedience does not excuse current slackness. And he goes, we need to live in the present. We can build upon the past. We can repent of our mistakes in the past, but we should never live in the past. But it also hit me that it was talking about also people who want to live in the past as in like digging up the past. They want to look at the past and say, oh, look at this that they did wrong, or that they did wrong, and they want to sling mud at things that we don't know. We don't know the full context of almost anything that happened in either the scriptures or in church history. We can do a pretty good job at surmising some of the information, but there's a lot we just simply don't know. And so I think we should be very careful at throwing rocks at the prophets of the early restoration and the apostles, because we don't know. First off, we don't know if the record's accurate with what they said. We don't know if they really said that, but we also don't know the context of why they said what they said, and we also don't know what they said afterwards, because people can repent and grow. People can say something and then come back and be like, you know what? That was really dumb. I'm sorry. That was a bad take. That was younger me. I've learned that that's wrong, and they can repent and grow. So if you want to hold the past prophets from a single statement or a couple statements that you think that you have the right to guess or dismiss all circumstantial evidence and use presentism to judge them, I think that that's a very dangerous thing to do, because the Lord said the judgment that we judge others with will be the judgment that he judges us with. And I definitely don't want the Lord looking at me, stripping away the context of everything I was trying to do and trying to become, and say, well, you did some stupid crap. You said some stupid things, and you know what? It doesn't matter. Nothing else matters. These things are all I'm going to care about, because that's how a lot of us treat the past. And so I think that it's very important that we give a lot of grace to the early church leaders and just simply realize we don't know everything, and that's okay. We build upon the past. We don't live in the past, and we're preparing for the future, but we need to live in the present. And so y'all have a good one.